Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Good evening. How
Hello.
are you
Good
doing?
evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening.
So good.
Yeah.
Hope
So good
the
for you to
connection is
join
not
us,
bad.
sir.
Okay.
The connection is not bad.
No, it's not. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay. Okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, when it's 7:30, I'm gonna play a video.
Okay.
I'm gonna play a video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about just a brief intro about you.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. So good to have you, sir.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. I did promise
Yeah.
to
No worries. No
support you.
worries.
Yeah.
I did promise to.
Yeah. I did this before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did this before.
Okay. Okay. So I think I should play the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Kenneth is a Microsoft certified.
Okay, so welcome everyone. This is as you all are aware, today is the day 2 of our data analytics virtual summit. And if you missed yesterday, we had 2 speakers. Today we are going to have just 1 speaker that is talking to us all the way from UK, and his name is Mr. Kenneth Omorodion. I hope I've pronounced the Omorodion properly.
Not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Okay. So he's joining us from the UK, and he's gonna talk to us about building a career in analytics. But just before I call him to come on board, I want to play a video to introduce the speaker to all of us. I hope we enjoy this one. Okay, so here we go.
Kenneth is a Microsoft professional with years of experience in data analytics and implementation of enterprise to enable business understand their key metrics and insights. He also holds other cloud and all premium Microsoft certifications, as well as being a member of the British Computer Society (BCS). He has worked on projects across the EMEA region. He has a great track record of having worked and successfully delivered a full life cycle of BI, Power BI, and data solutions, particularly using Microsoft stack of tools to organizations. And Kenneth will be with us today as one of our resource person in this data summit. Let us welcome Mr. Kenneth as he take over the stage.
Okay, so we welcome Mr. Kenneth to this
Thanks for having me.
virtual summit.
Sorry,
You're very welcome, sir. And I'm gonna leave the floor to you now.
Okay, thanks a lot,
thanks a lot.
Edu, for having me to present data analytics as in building a career in data analytics and the global opportunities that is available within this field. Before I continue, just a quick check. How many audience do we currently have? Can anyone help with that? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, my name is Kenneth Omorodion. That is like you have already heard, and I currently live in the UK. Although I'm originally from the southern part of Nigeria, Edo State to be precise, and I work as a data analytics professional in the UK. I've worked across different sectors within analytics, including consulting and in-house roles also. Again, Covena, are you able to play my slides?
Yes, I will play it. I'll play the slides now.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, I think I will just continue. I don't really know why the slides are not playing yet. So basically, I think the presentation I'm doing this evening is just to make some people are not very aware of what it all entails to become a data professional, or maybe in the different aspects of data analytics. It's a broad term that we use just to qualify the field in general. So but there are many different roles, as in hundreds of roles you can occupy by being a data professional. So if you go to slide, I've already explained myself, I think, during the introduction. If you go to slide 2, please. Slide 2. Yeah, your screen is not wide enough. It's not presenting the right way. Can you expand your screen a bit? Yeah. Okay. If you can put it on presentation
Put it
mode,
on presentation mode.
that will make
Okay.
more sense.
That will make
At
more
the
sense.
bottom,
At the
there's something that
bottom
look like a
there, there's
TV,
something that look like a TV,
close to the number 42%.
close to the
If you
number
can click on that one.
42%. If you can
No,
click on
no,
that
the
one.
one that look like TV.
No, the one that look like TV. The one that look like TV.
No, not that.
No, not that.
The other one
This-
close to
The
42.
other one close to 42.
At the back
This-
of 42 there. Yeah,
At the
that
back of
one. Please.
42 there. Yeah, that one.
That would be the question. So once you
That would
click
be
on
the
the,
question. So once you
it's
click
still
on
not-
it's still not,
it's not showing properly.
it's not showing
Yeah.
properly.
I don't know if the viewers
Yeah.
are able to understand.
I
But
don't
they
know if
need
the
to be
viewers
following the
are
slides.
able to
Okay, don't worry. Let's leave it this way.
understand, but they need to be
If they
following
can
the
see it this
slides.
way. Yeah,
Okay, don't worry, let's leave it this way.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay like this.
Yeah, you can expand it a
50%.
bit more. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay like this. Yeah, 50%.
Okay, please, if you can go to
Okay.
slide 4, then I've already introduced myself and a lot of things to know about the speaker. I've already mentioned about that. So, in general, the first things people want to know when you tell them about data analytics is that they want to know what is data. So, in layman's terms, in computing, perhaps, data can be described as any information that has been translated into a form that is efficient for movement or processing. This same data can exist in a variety of forms, such as numbers or text, or on paper forms, or bytes and bits stored in electronic memory, like your what we used to call disk drive and the other ones, and or facts stored in person's mind. Please, if you go to slide 6 or slide 5 now, next slide. Okay, so then what is analytics on the other hand? Since we already know what is called data, what is analytics? So slide, next slide, please, slide 6. So generally, analytics could be described as a discovery, interpretation, and communication of meaningful patterns in data. That is analytics. And applying those patterns towards effective decision making. So when people talk about analytics, whether it's data science, business intelligence, or any other aspects of analytics, it has to always do with getting meaningful patterns from data, and at the same time using that patterns to make effective decision for the business. So analytics generally is a multidimensional encompassing and broad field that leverages skills and techniques in mathematics, statistics, predictive, prescriptive, and descriptive approaches to find meaningful patterns in data, and also to find solutions to problems within an organization. Please, next slide, please. So what are the different types of analytics then? So now we already know what is called data. Someone might want to know, okay, what are the different types? We know what's called data. We know what analytics now mean. So what are the different types of analytics that we know about? So if you go to slide 9, please, 8, I mean, slide 8. So now we have the one we call descriptive analytics. We also do have the one we call diagnostic analytics. I will give you some examples of them. Then they also have the one we call predictive analytics, and the last one, also known as the prescriptive analytics. So the first one was actually looking at, say, descriptive. You say that actually is the aspect of analytics. Some people work on that niche alone, that niche of analytics, that just only want to know what happened within an organization. And how did they know this? They try to look into the data. Like, for instance, you're looking at sales data or inventory data. You are looking at what happened. So there are some ways you will find that out, and some tools you might be using. We'll talk about those ones later. So the next stage will be, okay, if you now know what happened, so you might want to know, why did it happen? That is when we start talking about diagnostic analytics. You want to diagnose it. Why did it happen? Probably because there were more people. For instance, maybe sales were much online recently because there are more people now who are within an age range. Maybe that's the reason. Or maybe because the population of the city is now bigger and most people are living far away from the shops. They prefer to buy from online. That's some of the things that you want to find out. Why did it happen? So now the next one will be predictive analytics. What will happen? So you want to now know that, okay, you know what happened before as part of your historical data. You also know why it happened. Then you want to also know, you want to be able to create a solution within an organization that will tell the organization, like, okay, look at what will happen in the future based on what we have already seen in the past. That is where some of those things relating to data science comes in. We will talk a little bit about that later. So that's what predictive analytics does. You want to know what could happen in the future. It's more than forecasting. It has nothing to do with forecasting. Then the last one is prescriptive analytics. Don't get me wrong, some writers have more than 4 stages now. They even have a next one, a fifth one. But this is the standard that we recommend anybody should understand. So then the last one is prescriptive. What happened there? You say, how can we make it happen? So there's something you want to do, but how can you make that something happen? So from everything you have seen in your data, coupled with what you have already shown that may be what will happen in the future, so how can you make that something that will happen in the future happen? So how would you recommend to the business that look at what they need to do? That is what that last niche of prescriptive analytics does. It's a very complex thing, more than the way we are saying it now. So next slide, please. Slide 9. Slide 9, please. Okay. So what is then data analytics? Now we have spoken about data, we have spoken about analytics, we have spoken about types of analytics. What is now the combined word data and analytics? So if you go to slide 10, that will tell us now, according to Wikipedia, which is a simple one for you to understand what data analytics mean. Data analytics is a process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information and informing conclusions and supporting decision making. It basically refers to the quantitative and qualitative techniques, any technique you use, and processes you use to carry out any of the above inspecting, cleansing, or transforming of data or modeling of data. That is what is data analytics. Any technique you use in attending to those um, functions I just mentioned. So please, if you can go to the next stage, the next slide, 11. Slide 11, please. Okay. You will have more viewers. You will have more time to ask me questions. I know majority of you have questions as per what can you do in this
You will have
in this field. There's a whole lot of things you will need to learn. So I come with a wealth of experience. I will be able to advise you at least international way how it works internationally. So now data analytics workflow. This diagram is just like a workflow. What shows what occurs within a life cycle of data analytics. How you can deliver a project. First of all, let's say you have a project you need to work on. So the initial part of what you need to do is the collection of your data. How do you collect your data will be the problem that you will need to solve. So that can be done in several ways, but I just want to let you to know that's the first place you are going to be looking into. Sometimes the data would already be collected into your database or your data warehouse, wherever it is. So, but at the initial stage, the collection of data is always the initial part. So you can collect different type of data. There's what we call structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data. So these are different types of data that you can collect. I don't want to go into detail on those ones now. You can ask questions later. Then ingestion of data. How do you now bring in this data into your business environment? That will be another problem. So you need to load those data somewhere. Then discovery and cleansing. So after loading it, you need to find a way. You have to now do some exploration of your data. During the exploration, then you might also need to cleanse your data depending on how your data is. So it's just like oil used to be those days. When you extract oil, you have to refine it. That is exactly the same thing we are doing here in data. Now it's not oil anymore. It's now data, which they call the new oil. Then the next one, your screen is very not too clear. I will use mine on my side. The next one will be you looking at the integration of the data. So you have already cleansed it. You want to integrate it with your processes now. Then after integration, you can now try to carry out some other analysis of your data to particularly in terms of business intelligence and in terms of predictive analytics and other machine learning processes. That's why you need to carry out the analysis of your data. And the last part of it is delivery. You need to deliver what you have been doing since. All the data you have carried, you have to, the querying, the visualization, read time, the models, the predictive analytics models you built, all of them, you have to deliver them now to the business. That's what, so this is a typical workflow or roadmap of data analytics within an organization. Like I said, it depends on the stage of the organization, but all of them must follow this road path one way or the other. So if you go to the next slide, please, slide 12. So slide 12 is just asking scope of data analytics. That's what is trying. Slide 12, please. Slide 12. Are you there? Slide 12. Can you hear me? Slide 12, slide 12. Next slide. Okay, scope of please can you stick on the something so that the viewers will find it interesting. Yeah, so scope of data analytics. Now, when looking at what is the scope of data analytics, if you go to slide 13 now, please. Slide 13. So I will just crack on. Today, data analytics has become a lucrative and fulfilling career. I can categorically tell you that also. Is a fulfilling career option in the world. Although this fact is yet to be fully harnessed, particularly in the developing countries like Nigeria. Most of the companies there, they are yet to harness or leverage the the importance of data analytics. So it is no news that many professionals and students are now interested in a career in data analytics. Even when they need to change career to achieve this. You see, lawyers nowadays want to become data analysts. Yeah, I have friends here who are like that. You have people who read several other courses because, like we'll talk about later, I'm building you towards how you can build a career in this field. So what you need to know. So now, businesses on the other hand have realized the importance of utilizing big data analytics to maximize their profits. They know that it is vital for their growth and for the future health of their business. They know this. So they are looking at different ways they can bring in data analytics professionals. So, like I mentioned before, it's not yet fully harnessed in the third world countries like Nigeria or Africa in general. This is something that is yet to hit the ground. Even in the Western world where I live, is still not fully harnessed totally. So that shows there's a whole lot of market in analytics that will be in Africa in the next 5 to 10 years. So therefore, candidates that train themselves in data analytics now are the ones that are going to be on the forefront of this revolution in Africa. There is no if in it. It's something that is going to happen. That's just the way it is. So any person who likes to work on numbers has logical thinking. And I mean, has logical thinking, can understand figures, and can turn them into actionable insights, has a good future in this field of analytics. Yes, everybody would like to train in the field, but from my experience of training candidates, I can categorically tell you that some people doesn't actually have that line I just read, likes to work with numbers and has logical thinking and can understand figures and can turn them into actionable insights. Many candidates doesn't have that quality. So that's where they find the problem. But they like the field. But if you have that quality, you will do well. So proper training of the tools used in data analytics would be required to begin with. Since it is a course that requires effort to learn and get certified, there is always a shortage of qualified professionals. Being a constantly evolving field, also, the demand for such professionals is just skyrocketing. Higher demand also means higher salaries. Also, like I said, this might not be the situation now in Africa, but I'm sure the salary is this is the new oil now. It's no longer oil you are, because right now in the UK we are looking into green gas things now. We don't want to be using by 2030, every vehicle that uses petrol will be banned from the UK. Vehicles that use diesel, they're already finding problem because they have a higher tax now. They want to move to electric. So the oil Nigeria is fighting over for how many years? A time will come, those reserves they have, nobody will want to use it anymore. Probably they will use it for cooking. That's the only thing they will use it for. We are even using electric for cooking here nowadays. Probably they will only do it for gas. But these are things they are trying to reduce. Hello? Okay. Hello? Am I still live? Hello? Okay. So if that is the direction, that oil will no longer be the oil we used to know. There's a new oil. Alright, am I still online? Am I still online?
Am I still online?
Yes, you are. Sorry for the
Okay,
glitch.
okay, no worries. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay, no
think
worries.
time difference is making it a bit. There's a delay in my voice. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, if you can take it to slide 14, please. Slide 14. So slide 14 is looking at the importance of data analytics to organizations. What is making these people, these data professionals, what is making them important? Why are they so important to organizations? Slide 15, please, then. So the importance of data analytics cannot be overemphasized. However, to be brief, data analytics is important because it helps businesses optimize their performances. Implementing it into the business model means companies can help reduce costs by identifying more efficient ways of doing things. So, or more efficient way of doing business and by storing large amounts of data. So, companies, like I already mentioned before, have already understood and recognized the importance of data analytics in their organization, what it can do. But again, this has not been fully harnessed in third world countries. They have not yet fully recognized the importance of data analytics. That's why you see majority of our African government parastatals, they are yet to start leveraging analytics in their everyday work. For instance, you still see some people still writing on paper up to today, or they just store some data in some Excel workbook somewhere there. There's no repository of or a data wherever where they store these things for it to be analyzed, to be used for business planning or something like that. But a time will come, they will need people to do this because they will need to comply with the direction that the world is going. So if you go to slide 16, please. Slide 16 is saying, why do data analytics why become a data analytics professional? Why do you want to become a data analytics professional? There are many reasons, but I will give you some of the reasons. Some of the reasons is all listed in slide 17. One, there is an ever soaring demand for analytics professionals, ever, particularly in the Western world. Like I said, is coming towards the third world countries. A time will come. Some people who didn't take this chance now will start regretting. Why didn't I just do this training then? I could have already had these skills within my hand to apply for any role within any organization. I will show you later on. We are going on why you really need to get yourself into this field anytime soon as you want. There's no way I can say more. Two, there's a huge job opportunities and meeting skills gap. There's a huge job opportunities in the area. You can decide wherever you want to work, however you want to work it. The opportunities for jobs is always there. So again, the third one, good salary expectations. Again, your salary is not going to be like those people that just work on it. Let's say they have been working for 25 years within a government parastatal, and their salary has been so stagnant. They only get some little bit of salary increment every now and then. But yours is going to be, unless you don't know what you are doing. When you know what you are doing, you can make a demand, because the demand will be they need to pay you according to market rating. There's what we call market rating. So how much your peers are earning in the field, at least they should get close to it. That is what you should be benchmarking yourself on, not on I'll be working for 5 years. You need to give me salary top. That's another good thing about the field. Okay, another one is top priority roles in organizations. You can get top priority roles in any organizations. They need you so much that they prioritize you a lot. Then again, adoption of data analytics is constantly growing. That's an advantage why you should become a data analytics professional, because it's still growing. It's not something like maybe it has reached its niche. It has not even started. That is the word that we use. Then again, key factor in decision making in organizations. You'll be part of people that make key decision points within organizations. You attend board meetings, no matter the majority of the time, no matter the position you hold. As far as you are a key person, you know what you are doing. You will find yourself that you are going to be rubbing mind with the top C-level staffs within your organization. Again, there's a rise in unstructured and semi-structured data in organizations. Not everybody understands unstructured and semi-structured. You might understand structured data, But the ability for you to manipulate unstructured and semi-structured data in organizations is second to none. It's not an easy skill to learn. But you're able to do that will make you a key asset for any organization. And lastly, but not the least, roles across any industry you can think of. You can work in banks, you can work in oil companies, you can work in engineering companies, housing associations, government parastat. Just name this. You can even work in hospitals. There is no sector data analytics does not have a role, at least from the way we know in the Western world. There's nowhere you cannot work. It's not like you say, I read accounting, I can't work in some places. You can work everywhere because they need you everywhere, as far as there's data everywhere. Okay, next slide, please. The next slide, we'll be looking at data analytics job titles, some of the job titles you will find in data analytics. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. While we are still waiting for my voice to land the other way, there's a little bit of gap in before my voice can land. So if you can go to slide 19, please. Slide 19 is going to be talking about some examples of data analytics job titles that you will bear while working in this sector. Like I said, there are hundreds of them. I just only brought out some few ones. For instance, you can see big data engineer, data warehouse, ETL, just like you can keep naming it. So there are different names you can bear depending on what the company needs you. So you can see the reason why the job in this sector is skyrocketing. I cannot say it. I cannot overemphasize it. That's the only word I can say there. Then the next slide will tell us about, please, next slide, please. Now we are not going to be saying what skills do you that you need to be able to function as a data analytics professional. What are the skills required for data analytics career? This is what most people want to hear, because you want to hear how you can build your career in data analytics. There's slide 21. That's what we are looking at now. So I'm just giving you some of the basic skills you need. Basic skills. So that therefore means there might be more other skills, but these are the once you have these skills, as in terms of skills now, you should be good to go in analytics. One, data collection and cleansing preparation skills. These skills is not just something you just jump into. You need to be trained in them. That's my recommendation. You need to be trained in them. When you put yourself down, it is more than any BSc degree you ever got after 4 years, which some of them are waste. Is the reality. Is greater than any MSc you ever, but those are stepping stones, nonetheless. But these skills are what put you on the door. Once you get these skills, and including with some other things I'll be talking about later, as in the qualifications you need, then you should be on the door. You should be able to solve problems for organization, like data collection, cleaning, and preparation skills, data analysis and exploration skills. Statistical knowledge will be great. If you knows it very well, that will be perfect. Data visualization skills will be awesome. Skills for creating reports or dashboard will be very needed, because you need to communicate what you have seen in your data. The communication skills, you need to be able to liaise with your stakeholders. You need to be able to gather information from them. What do you guys need? This is the way I can help you guys. This is what we can do. So how do you want to see it? But it's not just you being there and they are telling you, I want, because they are not technical. They are telling you, I want to do something. Look at the problem we have. You need to be able to communicate with them in their own levels to let them know what you can provide that will solve the business problem. Then problem solving and domain knowledge skills, and the knowledge and good skills in data analytics tools. These are the skills you need. The last three are very, all of them are essential, but I'm going to be talking about the last one now, the knowledge for and good skills in data analytics tools. So please go to the next skills, the next slide, please. The next slide will be talking about what qualifications are required for data analytics career. What are the qualifications that is required for you to function as a data analytics professional? Please, next slide. Next slide, that is slide 23, please. Slide 23. Okay, what the slide is actually looking at the qualifications that is required for you to carry out have a career in data analytics. Generally speaking, employers will expect data analysts to have a bachelor's degree at least at least in anything. I'm not going to say in science, but if you have it in any STEM subjects, that would be great, very great, because you already know how to apply some mathematical things. But again, remember, if you read accounting, that may not be classed as a STEM, but yet you know how to solve averages, all those aggregations, like sum, all those stuff. They are essential. Doesn't mean that's the only thing you need to know. But once you start training, you understand it's very important. Hello, am I still presenting? Hello, hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, your network is so bad. You guys that way? Orok, 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 what's the problem now? Orok, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, I'll just crack on, assuming people are still hearing my voice here. So again, like I said, you don't have to, at least if you have a degree, that would be great. However, degree is not required. Data analysts are in high demand, and employers are concerned primarily with an applicant's actual skills. Those skills I mentioned earlier. If you have the right skills, if you have the right skills and the projects and the right you have worked on some projects to prove it, you can get a data analyst job without a degree. But don't get me wrong, having a degree give you an edge because they pay you like a graduate. But if you don't have a degree, it might limit you in some areas, but it doesn't mean to not put you into the front as far as you know what you are doing. Again, looking at Aura, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay, people often ask
Look, I think
whether some kind of
we're having network issues from from the uh, the area of the speaker. So let's just wait briefly
okay, okay.
to
How okay,
for him to reconnect.
okay. How many participants are we having currently? How many people are online viewing?
And what I would say is you guys should start dropping.
How
Welcome
many
back,
people are online viewing?
sir. We have 7.
7, huh?
7 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But since it's on YouTube, anybody can actually stream it. Although it might not be live, but they can actually back to stream for people that cannot join us today.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so
So let me know when I
So
should
let me
start
know when I
carrying.
should start to carry on.
yeah, so you can carry on now, sir.
Okay. So I think
Okay.
where I
So
stopped was talking about degrees that you may need, but I just mentioned just now that you don't really actually need to have a degree. But if you have one, it's an edge. It's an edge. Yeah. Then people also often ask whether some kind of data analytics certificate is required or helpful for getting jobs in data. I would say the answer is no. You don't really need any particular certificate to get a job or to function well. But however, employers are primarily normally concerned with skills that I mentioned earlier. However, having a certification helps you advance in your career. That is one thing. So as you go on, it's essential. I do understand the certification can be expensive in a way. I think, for instance, an average Microsoft certification can be about 165 quid, 165 pounds. That's roughly going to about 100,000 naira. So most people will not be able to raise that money. So I don't want that to be a deterrent to anybody. You don't have to have those certificates. But if after over a year you're able to save something, do one certificate in 1 year. It's good for your career because the direction of the world, those certification will tell what you have been doing. So, or what you can do. So it's essential you just have it. If you can't save up over a year, do one, or save up over a year and a half or 2 years, do one certification, do another one again the next time. So that's my recommendation for that. So next slide, please. So what we're going to be looking at next is what are the typical tools used in data analytics? The typical tools you can use for data analytics. So are we there? Please, next slide. Okay. So slide 25 will be good. Yeah. So depending on the route you follow, that's what I would say. Depending on the route you follow. I'm on the call now. Sorry for my little guy, boy. Go back, go and sit down. I'm on the call. So, depending on the route you follow, you will need to use any one of these tools. Number one, the first thing I will say there is advanced Excel for data analytics. There's a reason why I use the word advanced. Some people that use Excel before, they might just think, oh, I think I know Excel. It's not actually the same, to be honest. But if you know Excel before, you used to use Excel, it can give you an edge because that will make you to be able to be used to the user interface of Excel and what to do in Excel. But there's an advanced Excel. There are some things like using VLOOKUP formulas, using other Excel functions, advanced functions, recording and writing macros, VBAs, if you are able to do that. And again, able to develop pivot tables. These are some of the things you need to understand in Excel to say you understand advanced Excel. Then you might also need to know Tableau. Again, like I said, it depends on the route you are following. Sit down, Kenneth. I don't want to see you around here again. Give it to me. Okay. So now, sorry for that. Now, then the next thing is you might also need to understand Power BI. Power BI again is another way, another tool for data modeling and visualization, just similar to Tableau. You might also need to understand structured query languages like SQL. That's essential. There are different types of SQL. You probably use the Oracle one, MySQL, Teradata, what do you call it, Postgres. There are other types, but however, SQL remains SQL. It's a query language. Again, you might also need to understand Python. It depends on the route you follow again. But understanding Python alongside some of all these ones I've already mentioned will give you an edge in the market. Python R also is another one. You can also understand SAS. Here in the UK, most people that use SAS nowadays are bank data analysts or developers. They're the ones that normally use SAS. SAS normally it's not very common again in other industries apart from banks. Then you also need to understand cloud-based tools like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, and the others. So the two most popular ones are Azure and Amazon Web Service, which is AWS nowadays. Azure is from Microsoft. So any one of those two, I wouldn't say no all, but if you can know any one of the two, at least a good understanding of both, of one of them, or cloud concepts, it's a very good way to start. But you don't have to understand, like I said, depending on the route you take. You don't have to start from any cloud thing now. You can start from on-premises alone. Then you later build your career to understanding the cloud part. But it depends on the industry you are working and the company you are working for. They might already be using these tools, but the ability for you to learn them now will also give you an edge in the market because recruiters are looking for people who knows Azure very well as in cloud tools in the market nowadays. Very much they sell more. So again, you may also need to understand some ERP or CRM tools, including Salesforce, Dynamics 365, and the others. there are different types of Salesforce. There are different types of Dynamics 365. For instance, you can have Dynamics 365 is the Microsoft part, F&O, for instance. Yeah, that's the type of Dynamics 365. And again, like I said, that's from Microsoft. I think Salesforce now is now more associated with Tableau in the market now. Then there are hundreds of other tools, if not thousands of them, used in data analytics nowadays. But the route you take will determine what tools you will use. So, but these are just some basic, you don't have to know all. You might just, even knowing advanced Excel alone, we put you in the market. I'm just being honest with you. We put you in the market in some places. In the UK, yeah, that will put you in the market. There are many companies that just need as Excel analysts in their environment. Maybe you want to be carrying out strategic planning, that they mostly use Excel for doing a lot of their work. So again, understanding of Tableau very well alongside Excel or Power BI, again, we put you in the market also. Am I still broadcasting? However, that was the last slide I was going to be looking at. Hello? Hello? All right, see the network is cut again.
So the network is cut again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries, no worries.
No worries, no worries.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yes, after slide 25, the last slide is, if you go to slide 26, slide 26 is the last one. So there's nothing more. That's everything you needed to know on how you can build a career in data analytics. You might have questions. Viewers might have questions to ask now. Now is your time. Last slide, 27, slide 27, please. Conclusions and questions. So my conclusion is, I can at any day encourage anyone, particularly anybody in Nigeria. If you are a graduate, whether you are working in any industry at all, and you are not so comfortable with the industry, you are not getting what you want, I will recommend for you, get yourself some really good training in data analytics, because it's going to hit Nigeria very hard if it has not started. Yeah, I got people who are already saying that the market in Nigeria is already booming with analytics now, because it's just something else in the world we live here. Everything nowadays is analytics. So the earlier you start training, the more you'll be relevant with the new wave of professionals, like the way oil was raining before. That's my conclusion. Thank you. And if you have questions, I'm here to answer any question from you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our speaker, Mr. Kenneth. It was a very, very impactful session. I learned a lot in these few minutes. I had a lot of things I thought I knew that I realized that I did not even know anything. So thank you very much for the insightful thing. What I think what really touched me most was when you said that you do not need to have any certificate, or you don't need to study a particular course to be able to be a guru in data analytics. That is all about training in the field, and it doesn't it's not exclusive, or it's not mutually exclusive to a particular course. Someone doesn't need to study statistics, for instance, to be a guru in data analytics. So thank you very much for the session. So guys, this is the time to ask questions. You can post your questions on the comment section. Please, if you have any questions on the lecture you just received, please try and drop the questions on the comment section, and we're gonna relay it to the speaker as much as we can, please. Okay, so the first question here by Mr. Victor is that should there be an end goal for going to data analytics, that is aside stomach infrastructure. I don't know what it means by stomach infrastructure, but what he's trying to say is, should there be an end goal for going? Like, is there any particular, should the person have any end in mind when going for data analytics, or is it just for the money?
That's a good question. I would encourage everybody. I've trained a lot of candidates over the years now who work in the UK here. Some of them are working, particularly majority of them with the NHS here in the UK. So I can tell what you should not do, the mindset you should not have. Am I still broadcasting? Am I still broadcasting? It's like the network is gone again.
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay,
You are.
okay. So
You
I
are, sir.
can tell.
Like the
Yeah.
network is gone again.
You are still I can hear you from my end.
Okay, fine then. So, what I would recommend is when you are going to the sector, don't have
Okay.
money at the back of your mind.
Okay. So
Money is going to be a secondary thing because you might not start because some people what they do when trainers want to market to them that they should come and train in data analytics, they will tell them, look at the amount you will be earning, look at the money you'll be earning, look at what you'll be the way you'll be living. So their head gets blown off. You see, you will see people who have like 10 kids. You can't is they won't have time to take care of their kids. Then at what time would you have? Because this thing needs time. It needs all your time you can take about. It's not just a one-off thing that when I start working, I will just start working like the way some you do nowadays. People can just go to a local government office and go and sit down there and that's their work. No, you are providing solution to an organization. That's what they are paying you for. So when you are doing that, you cannot just go there and go and sit down. You have to be somebody providing that solution to them. So for that reason, in terms of looking at how much you are going to gain out of it, let it be the secondary thing. In short, tertiary thing. The primary thing is you have passion for this industry. And that passion is what will drive you to be able to gain the secondary thing, which is fulfillment in the industry before you start talking about the money. Because the money will be there. But it might not be there initially from the beginning. It might not be any like you think every other person is any. You hear some people's salary, you probably will be like, oh, come on, I want to earn that money. No, those people probably built that career over time. No matter how good you are, you have to start from somewhere. That's one thing about analytics. No matter how good you are, when you start, you're going to find out that you have not known nothing. Because why you need to get that hands-on experience to start understanding how different life experience, how you solved it. That is how you will move stage by stage, and the money will start coming. The money will be there, but that issue of pocket alone, that should not be the motivation. I hope that helps with your question. So are you guys still hearing me? All right, are you guys still hearing me? Hello, hello, are you guys still hearing me?
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me,
Hello,
sir?
yeah, I can hear you. I thought maybe the network is bad again. Hello. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
I think his network is also having issues. So, Mr. Victor, I hope we answered your question properly, the way you were asking the question. Let's just wait for the speaker to come back and join us. I don't know if network has been really bad, and I don't know if it's from my side or from his side.
No, certainly not mine. Hello, can you hear me?
Certainly not. Yes.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my Wi-Fi,
yeah, my
my Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi,
is good.
my Wi-Fi is good.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's
Okay.
I don't think it's my
properly.
side properly.
Okay. So, can you hear me now, sir?
Anyway.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah, I
you.
can hear you. I can hear you
Okay.
now.
Okay. So, the next question is: can one acquire this skill online with perfection? And which academy do you advise someone to learn from? That is what someone is asking.
Okay, that's another good
Okay, that's
question
another
again.
good question again.
Now,
Now, don't
you can learn
you
it.
can learn
You can learn it
you can learn
online,
it online,
but don't be like
but
those ones
don't
that
be
go and
like
get
those
a
ones
course
that go
on
and
Coursera
get a course on Coursera
or Udemy. Those
or
ones they just
Udemy.
make
Those ones
some
they just make
manufactured
they
trainings for you. So when you have any question outside of it, you might not get an answer. In short, I would not recommend that. I would normally recommend a training institution. And again, don't be looking at one big name training institution like maybe Harvard, Oxford. No, that's not the way to work. You need to look for a training institution where the trainers have reputation. They know what they are teaching. They have track record of people they have taught, and there's a track record of people who have gone through them and they are doing something. For instance, Kenneth Edu is their trainers. There are some part of analytics they can train you on. I also have my own company, like you saw from the beginning, that trains. So there are so many other trainer companies again. They train you on one-to-one basis. So you take it stage by stage rather than probably just picking up a course in Coursera or Udemy. Some people think after they do that, that will put them in the market. You will not hear some of these things I'm telling you now if you go through those places. And some of the things I will be saying if they were going to be going through training, as in bespoke training. So I would recommend from experience that you go through bespoke training. I just give you an example. Kenneth Edu organizing this program, they have a training institution. I got one also, where registered in the UK here. So these are some examples of places who people that will take you one to one, and then you will be able to go through those trainings, and that should put you on the door. You should be okay as long as you will have those skills and you are ready to learn and you are going into the industry with the right mindset. Right mindset, not because of money alone. Because, like I said, the money will come. It's not like it's like when I say it will come, it's like oh maybe 10 years, 15 years. No, no, it might just be 2 years. You start making hay in the industry. It might be less than 2 years. My first ever role in analytics took me less than 5 months. I was able to negotiate with the company. I told them, I think you guys need to pay me more. They didn't argue with me. They paid me at least they paid me considerable. They gave me some good increment. Not on the real time they were supposed to be increasing salary, but they knew what I brought in for them, what I was doing. So they didn't want to lose this asset, the solution I was bringing. So they gave me something which was very good and reasonable. If I had mentioned that to the other people working in that organization, all of them will start getting angry because there are people who have been working there for years and they never got such increment. I got it in once within 5 months. So, like I said, if you know what you are doing, the issue of money time will come. And please, your training, don't look at big names. Look at people that can provide you the training. I just gave you examples just now. Yeah. Okay. Hope that answered your question.
Yes, I think it has. So another question is closely related to what you just said. Someone was asking how long is long enough to be confident to take a job? Like how long can one do this training to be able to be confident to
Yeah.
take up a
Yeah.
job? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good question. Good question again. To answer that question, I would say, and on average, it really depends on you. It depends on you. That's the word in it. On average, you can train yourself 3 months, you'll be ready. 3 months. But again, that 3 months is marathon work you need to do. It's not just one of those training that people will say, okay, I've done the training, I've got certificate, let me go and look for work. No. Or I've gone to university and I have degree, second class upper, whatever they call it. And you say, okay, now it's not time for job. That's not the way it works. The way it works is that you need to know what you are doing because nobody will be there when you are providing solution for the company. And those solution is not straightforward. They will not come and tell you, come and use VLOOKUP and Excel to do this thing for me. No. And they will not even come to tell you that this is a problem. People that work in business, you will already understand what I'm saying. It will just come out like you will be in a meeting. They will say, okay, look at things, look at things, look at things. They will say, okay, please, can you do work on your side and bring out solution? It's not left for you. How you are going to use all the tools you have learned, since all the skills to not bring out a solution out of that problem the company is facing and be able to impress them to the extent that they know. You know, if you watch some of those movies where you see that you have some IT guy sitting down somewhere in an FBI office and they want to trace someone who is using a cell phone, they'll just tell the guy, can you trace that line that's calling us now? The guy will be walking and the guy will like, it's quite difficult. I can't decrypt this thing. They'll say, no, please, you need to do it. That's the way it works. Because they know they are paying you and you are the IT person. They don't have any other person to do it for them. So whichever way you want to do it, decrypt it, do it for us. That's the way this role is. So yes, you can train in 3 months, but you cannot train all these tools I'm talking about in 3 months. You can just train in being like maybe an essay analyst and probably in Power BI also. You can train in those ones and even SQL. You can do, yeah, like in my training I provide, I have a package for just 3 months that will take you through the full business intelligence package, but bespoke one-on-one. Full business intelligence to start with Excel, SQL, Power BI, or Tableau. Those three alone will put you on the door within 3 months. As far as on your own, you know what you are doing. You don't just want to jump into the market and find yourself wanting. So if you put in your effort, like the way you studied in school, and put in the effort with your passion, you will get something. I don't know about Nigeria much nowadays, but if you're living here, I can use my hand to knock my chest. It's like a guarantee. As far as you know what you have been taught all this while and you keep practicing it, you will. Hope that answered your question.
Yes, I believe so. I believe so. Another question is, would those trainings mirror real life scenarios? I think the answer is yes.
Yes,
I think the
yes,
answer is yes.
yeah, because
Yes, the
oral can testify in their own training. Certainly, is always what we call case studies and realizing it. When I train people, what I normally do, I work across industries. So there are some problems I've solved. I mimic the data and bring it out for us to see how you are going to solve. And I explain to you what was the scenario. And we go through the scenario together. So this is the way this bespoke training works. At the same time, I believe Ken S also do in their own part. So again, like I said, it will mirror. Nobody will teach you like 1 + 1 is equal to 2 and just leave you there. That's not. That's why I say don't go online. I go and pick Udemy or Coursera trainings. That's the way those things will come. But if you are learning Python, somebody may be able to tell you why you are actually learning some of the functions you are learning, some of the things code you are writing. Why are you writing it? It's not just because if you just learn how to write it, you cannot solve any problem. But there's a reason why you are writing. Okay, let's say you are writing SQL. I'm saying, okay, use a group by there or use order by. Why are you using it? There's a reason, there's a business reason why you needed to use that order by or group by. So when you understand that business reason and we use it in several scenarios, when you see it in the future, you will know how to solve that problem. It's spot on. It's spot on. That's the way people learn this thing. I personally didn't read data analytics in school. I didn't in our time there was nothing called data analytics. In our time when we were schooling university, there was nothing called data analytics as a course, but there's a course everywhere. And I don't know, probably even in Nigeria. But every university now in the UK, even colleges, have data analytics now, not computer science, data analytics now as a a course you can read. So it's different from then. So people graduate now and come out with all these skills ordinarily. But before, you have to go relearn these skills with all the things you already know, all the any statistics, maths, and all those things you already know. Bring them in now and come and apply them with the trainings you need to now apply it and know how the business life work. And you need people in this industry to take you through that training because they can tell you exactly what you need to do at every particular time. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, someone has another question. Which statistical tool do I need most in modeling of pollutants in some study areas?
Okay.
Okay.
Again, although that is a little bit of what data
Although that is a little bit of what data analytics of business problem.
Yeah, but your statistical tools you will need in that state because when I did my thesis, my dissertation in here in the UK in Middlesex University, what I used then, there's a tool we call Minitab. It's a statistical tool. It's very similar to SPSS. So that's the one I used in school then. So, but nowadays people use Python a lot now for their statistical modeling or whatever way you are doing it. Yeah, people use Python a lot. People also use R. It depends on the school or the project you are working on. But for you to be able to use it, there are different ways. Like for instance, nowadays I don't use Python for data science anymore. I used to some years back, but majority of my work now, I use Python for automation. That's most of the time. That's what I do now. That's what I'm trying to say is like you can use any of these tools, R, Python, and SAS. You can use them to solve a whole lot of problems in the world. It doesn't have to be business wise alone. You understand? You can use it for statistical modeling, for machine learning, for that's anything in data science. You can use it for automation, web scraping. That's talking about any of these three tools I just mentioned now. So you see, there are diverse ways you can use it. The same way you can use it for that your pollution analysis modeling. So you can use Python, R, or SAS. So, but all you need to do, you need to understand how to code Python, how to code R. When you understand, you will now know how to apply it to your situation. Hope that answered your question.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, yeah,
Can you hear me, sir?
I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Another question. Can you drop your LinkedIn
I
profile?
can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you drop your LinkedIn profile name so we can connect? That's one question someone asked.
Yes, I think that's allowed. That's allowed in
Yes, I think that's allowed. That's allowed in a like.
if you what I would say,
what I would say,
I will leave it to the chat board. I don't know if you're able to see it there. If that is fine.
Okay, while doing that, another question
you can search me.
Maybe I just put it on.
Maybe I just put it on private. I was on private.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it.
I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see
Yeah, it was actually a private chat. Okay. So
okay, let me edit my name.
Okay, let me edit my name. Yeah.
You can use my name to search.
You can use my name to search me.
Okay.
So that's my full name.
So that's my full name.
So you can use that.
So you can use that to search me.
Okay. So, Mr.
But please don't
flood my LinkedIn. Don't really like.
But you can just connect. That's fine.
But you can just.
So, sir, the last question is: what are your 3 biggest career lessons so far?
Okay, good question again. 3 biggest career lessons so far. I would say number 1.
science
Eh?
is.
Yeah. Again, be clear. I don't work on data science anymore. I used to, some couple of years back, but I mainly work in business intelligence nowadays because that's where my passion is. So that's where normally I feel I'm making more impact in an organization. So that's why, like, as you will find out, as you train, time goes on, you find out that you will now, you just like being a doctor. You train as a doctor, but with time you find out that you want to be a neurosurgeon, or you want to be, okay, maybe a brain surgeon, you want to be a heart surgeon, you want to be just like that. You diversify, maybe a children's doctor or maternity doctor, just like that. Different ways, you know, that's the way this field is too. You can learn everything, but with time you find where your passion is and where you are actually making difference within an organization. That when you find that, I would say go to that area. So career lessons in that aspect, I would say, lessons I've learned is number one, don't ever feel relaxed wherever you are working in this sector. When you start working somewhere, if you go into the field, or let me start from when you start training. When you start training in this field, don't train like maybe you want to get a certificate like we do in school. I mentioned that earlier. Train as if you are going to something with passion. That's the best way. In short, that is the only way you will make a difference. Remove money and remove certificate. That's why I told you earlier, you don't need certificates. When you have the skill, I've got people I know very well. They don't have no certificates. There's a friend of mine recently. He was homeless in the UK here for over years. But he was a great guy. He started got computer, got some books, started coding and learning coding, joining some boot camps to learn coding and everything. You know, they get those people, they are being paid one way or the other. So he did everything he could to learn this code, and he put in every power, everything needed. That guy, as I'm talking now, is one of the best React. There's a tool called React developers you can think about. It's not just React alone, but I'm just mentioning React because he's extremely good at React. And in Python, the same thing. This guy is commanding hundreds of thousands of pounds. I didn't say hundreds of naira now. Hundreds of thousands of pounds now. Because he knows what he's doing. He's a software developer. And at the same time, he's also developing for data analytics. You understand? So what you do, some of the lessons you have learned is like put in everything you will have to do the training. While you are inside, be patient. All you have to do, be able to sell yourself. Let your employer see that you worth what you are earning now, and you worth for yourself to earn more. So that's another thing I will advise on that. Hopefully that those answered your question, Victor. You say, how do you push yourself when you hit creative block? I'm not so sure what you mean by creative block. When you meet, I assume you are trying to talk about when you meet some challenges. I think that's what you're trying to say. If that is the case, yes, you are going to meet challenges because you are solving problems, and some of these problems has never existed before. It's not like you are repeating the Newton's law of motion or whatever. I don't know whether it's Newton. I've forgotten my physics now. So if that's not what you're actually looking into, it's not written in stone. So there are some problem you face. It's just a brand new problem. What do you do? What I do
You are
in that
actually looking
situation,
into. It's not written in stone. So there are some problem you face. It's just a brand new problem. What do you do? What I do in that situation,
yeah, what I do is this: I go back to all I've known and think
what I
about,
do is
okay,
this:
this
I
problem
go
I
back
am
to all
facing
I
at
have
this
known
challenge.
and think about, okay,
How
this problem
how
I
can I
am
break
facing at
it?
this challenge.
How can I break
How
it
can I
into
break it? Yeah, how can I
so
break it into parts?
because that's what
So
makes me a business
because that's
intelligence
what
person. I
makes
need to
me
provide solution.
a
So when I
business
break it
intelligence
to
person,
part,
because I need to
I
provide
find
solution.
solution to
So when I
those
break it to
parts
parts, I
individually.
place solution to those parts
So
individually.
once I've done that, I bring everything together again. I've created a
So once
solution.
I've done that, I bring everything together again. I've created
But
a
the
solution.
bottom line is people don't know what you have done at the
But the
background.
bottom line is
But
people
we
don't
see
know
the
what you have
solution.
done at the background.
But that's what we are
But we
praying
see the
for.
solution. But that's what we are praying for.
Victor, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Victor, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
I think it does. I think it does. So thank you very much. In the absence of no other question, we want to appreciate you, Mr. Kenneth. I don't know, you guys should also show your appreciation on the comment section. You have really dissected the topic on building a career on data analytics. So we thank you very, very much for your time, sir. And we hope to have more of you in the nearest future, sir.
No worries. I'll be
glad to.
Okay.
No worries.
No worries.
Okay, sir. So I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain for today's data analytics seminar. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Kenneth, for squeezing out your tight schedule to be with us on this aspect. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys. So before we go, I want to. I don't know, sir. Do you still want to stay? Okay. I'm just asking because I want to make an announcement.
I don't know if they're not relate to me.
No, it doesn't relate to you. That's why I'm asking if you are still interested.
Okay. If you guys are true, I will say have a good time and a Merry Christmas.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Okay, guys. That is, we've heard all of it. Data analytics can be very, very interesting. Very interesting. So it's not you have to get to work to be able to get to where you're going. And we at Kenneth Edu, we have found a way of helping you get to where you're trying to go to. Okay, we are actually going to host trainings in January, that is next month. The training is gonna be the trainings will be on please now. Come on. What kind of rubbish with this? Why? Sorry guys, sorry guys, sorry for that. Network is really giving me issues here today. So what I was actually trying to say is Kenneth Edu is organizing trainings that can help you get your master data science, and the trainings we are going to have will be on Python and Power BI, as the presenter talked about. So our training is going to be on Python and Power BI. I want to get it on the screen so you see. So Python and Power BI. Okay, so this is gonna be one of it. This is gonna be a data visualization masterclass with Power BI, and the start date is on January 2021. And for those of us that are that will be interested in it, so it's gonna be an impactful session. So I hope you are gonna tune in. You are gonna contact us for that one. In case you want to contact us, the email is kennex.edu@gmail.com, or of course you can contact us using the number on the screen. Okay, and of course we are also having the Python for data science masterclass too. All this is going to kick off in January 2021, and this is going to help you have a little grasp of what data science is all about. So it's going to be interesting, it's going to be exciting. So please contact us to be able to know how we can schedule you into having a grasp of these classes that is going to come up, and it's going to be organized by Kenneth Edu. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this data and analytics virtual summit. We thank you for making our time to join us in this summit, and we hope to see you at the other end during the master classes. So thank you very much. Stay safe, guys, and we at Kenneth Edu, we are always here to provide solutions for you in so far as data analytics and data science is all about. So thank you very much, guys, and have a wonderful evening.